All right, everybody, welcome. Episode 1 for Patriot Weekly for the Pike Road Patriot 2026 football season, where this week's guests include my guy here, Coach Granger Shook. He's going to recap last week's game against Enterprise and look ahead to this week's opponent, Hueytown. Q Robinson, sitting over here, the Pike Road Pediatric Dentistry and Family Orthodontics Offensive Player of the Week. Congrats, sir. T.O., a.k.a. Trevon Orem. He is the Hearing Professionals of Alabama Defensive Player of the Week. Congrats to you as well, my friend. Patriot Spotlight this week will feature the Pike Road Patriot Marching Band Director, Dr. Brandon Benson, and Drum Major Zaylon Johnson. Just a reminder, Patriot Weekly is brought to you in part by the shops at East Chase and Brantley Bank. So before we get into this, Coach, a lot to be excited about from last week. Saw a lot of great stuff, man, and just everybody's super fired up. So I got to go ahead and quote Pastor Patrick Quinn when I say, sir, we have got ourselves a football team, man. A lot to be excited about,
I agree.
Right? Yeah,
Bill,
man.
I appreciate you. Philip, appreciate you guys, man. Thank y'all for all you do for Pike Road football.
But yes, our pleasure.
I'm really excited about the what and the how of how we played on Friday night.
Yes, sir.
The final outcome really wasn't what anybody wanted, but I was proud of the grit. I was proud of the determination. I was proud of how we played that football game, and we were very physical. I thought we had a lot of young players step up and make some really big plays. We got a couple of seniors here who have been great leaders for us in this program, and that's one of the reasons why they're here, not just their body of work on Friday, but what they've done all spring, all summer leading up to this point. They've been great leaders for us, and so very proud of Q and T.O.
Amen. Absolutely, 100%. We'll get to talk to them here in just a little bit for our player spotlight here. So, Coach, I wanted to open the show and introduce our fans to your culture, man. You're a guy of culture, and you're all about on the field, but you're also all about off the field, in your development of your players. So we've been seeing hashtag GSD everywhere. Right. Typically, that means get stuff done. You know what I mean? I think that's what that means. But you've kind of adapted that to something else. So I'm going to let you kind of go with that. What you got, Phil?
Tell us about that a little bit. I mean, we see it on T-shirts. We see it on the practice gear. Tell the community, what does GSD mean to this football team?
Yeah. Well, it means first grit. Grit is doing hard things over and over again, even when you don't want to do it.
There we go.
And football's a hard game. I think it's one of the, if not the toughest sports on campus. Our boys get there before anybody else, and they leave well after everybody else is gone for a majority of the year. And those guys are committed to it and sacrifice. What better way to show that you love somebody than to sacrifice for them?
Amen.
And so every successful, every championship program has players throughout the team and throughout the program that sacrifice what they may want selfishly for the betterment of the program.
Yep. And
then discipline. It kind of just to piggyback off of grit. Discipline is waking up when you're sore and when you're tired for those 7 a.m. practices and doing it consistently. And discipline is doing that last rep of squat or that last rep of bench when your body is shaking and tired, but doing it because you know it is what needs to be done.
Yes, sir.
Not necessarily what you want to do, but what needs to be done.
Amen, man.
So
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that, Coach. So let's talk a little bit about Friday night. I mean, obviously we know that the scoreboard didn't reflect a win, but if you look at the stat sheet,
right.
I mean, it looked really good on our part. And we got Q, we got T.O. here, but 49 carries for over 270 yards, I believe, in the game.
Wow.
Gunner was 12 of 20, no picks.
Right.
We know about some of the veteran leaders, but talk about some of those guys. We're going to talk to Q and T.O. in a little bit. Talk about some other guys in the game, in that game in particular, that you were very impressed with.
Well, I mean, starting off defensively, we are never proud of giving up the amount of points we gave up. We had 6 new starters on that side of the ball. Very, very proud of really how a freshman started for us, Aiden Baker. Aiden played exceptionally well, had several pass breakups. We call them PBUs. He had several of those. He had several tackles. I thought he played an exceptional game as a freshman.
Yeah, I was very impressed. I was very impressed with him just from the broadcast booth. And when he put his back foot in the ground in run support, he was shot out of the cannon.
Yep. absolutely. So he closed the distance really well. I was proud of Landon Herring at inside linebacker.
Yeah.
He had some big shoes to fill, but I thought he filled them very well.
Indeed.
And he is really emerging as a leader for that second and third level. So really proud of not only what Landon did, but how he did. He plays with a lot of passion. And he loves Pike Road football, and so Landon is our kind of guy.
Yeah,
and so proud of how on defense, proud of how Bryson Brooks played. I'm proud of how Tyson had a really big game, and of course T.O.'s here tonight because he played exceptionally well for us too. So there's several guys on that defensive side that I don't think the score dictates how well they played. Offensively, I think our tight ends did really well. I thought Julius Williams. We've challenged Julius really since spring training to be more physical, and he is buying into that. And just with his at the point of attack, he is getting knocked back now. He caught a big touchdown pass as well. Fuller Dean is very, very similar.
Sure.
Fuller has been physical. Had to work on his hands a little bit, but Fuller had two really big receptions. You know what I mean?
He did.
The one he held on to, he got popped.
He did, and he held on to it.
Yeah, good play there.
Held on to it. I was really, really proud of our wideouts. I thought Cam, CJ, Will Ballard had another young guy. MJ Allen had several nice catches.
Yeah, he was beating the corner off the line pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean he was a real problem in the second half.
No doubt. And then whenever you rush for 240 yards, I think it's safe to say your O-line played well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Amen.
So
Yeah.
everybody from Tommy and Rodee and Sam Hall, man, really, really proud of Sam stepping in that role and help to anchor that offensive line. I thought Sam did an exceptional job, and Jacob Nowden and Vincent Savage. VJ had a whale of a ball game.
Yeah, he looked good too.
And Gunnar Gibbs broke Pike Road touchdown record.
You were telling us that. Right here.
Nice.
Yes.
Congrats to that guy, man.
Iverson Hooks had 27, and Gunnar hit 29 last Friday night at Enterprise. So really, really proud of Gunnar.
Yeah.
Proud of our offense. And so really, and I don't want to leave out Warren Taylor.
Yeah.
Warren
absolutely.
flipped the field several times for us on our punt unit. And that's something that we hadn't had before, and so Warren able to flip the field, put our defense in a really good spot several times. So proud of all those guys.
Amen.
One other question I had for you on that side of the ball, what does the ability to run the ball 49 times?
Right.
I mean, we talked a lot about in the preseason, replacing some players from last year's team. What does the ability to run the ball 49 times and control the clock allow you to do as you're searching for the next playmaker here at Pike Road? Because we don't just search for people, we reload here.
Right.
That's right.
I mean, Sunday mornings, there's football players from our school play on Sunday mornings.
That's
Saturdays.
right.
You mentioned Iverson. Iverson's playing wide receiver at Oregon now.
Yeah.
And apparently he's having a great preseason up there. And
Yes.
so, I mean, you look at Jermichael and all these other guys that we put in. What does the ability to run the football allow you to do to find those playmakers?
Well, I think it gives us a comfort on both sides of the ball. We have a very senior, heavy offensive line that we're going to continue to lean on to help, like you said, establish control of the clock. And whenever guys that are as talented as Q and as talented as Quant and as talented as Tavares are able to establish the run game, it just opens up everything for our inexperience on the perimeter. And so they may be inexperienced, but I think they showed Friday night that there is some big play capabilities out there.
CJ had a really big play there to flip the field once for you.
Yep. And then it allows our big boys up front. I see Bryson and Tay made it. It allows our big boys up front to catch their win some on defense.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
Yep.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about the offense this year from a coaching perspective. I know we had some changes there,
Right.
But Coach Clark stepped in, Coach Stewart stepped in. They both stepped up. They're now working together as co-offensive coordinators.
Yes.
What did you like about the personality of the offense in its first game under that arrangement?
Man, I couldn't be more proud. You already mentioned, Patrick Quinn's quote. Patrick and I drove home, and I always kind of use him as a soundboard. on the way home. But
Sure.
He's overrated. I don't know if you know.
I saw him texting you, asking for advice.
He was.
But anyway, man, I have never been more proud of two men for the first time working together to put up 38 points against a really good football team.
Yes.
A really good football team.
Sure.
A blue blood, so to speak.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I thought Corbin and Josh worked extremely well together. There's no egos on that headset. They were able to bounce ideas off of each other very quickly. I think there was one time and we addressed it and they took ownership of it. I think we had to delay a game one time in the third quarter. We were trying to milk the clock.
Yeah, I remember that.
And anyway, didn't want to burn a timeout at that point in the game. But anyway, aside from that one blunder, and those guys do that on Sunday. I mean, Saturday there's delay a game.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And those
That's right.
guys get paid a lot more money, But anyway, very proud of Corbin and Josh and how they managed the game and how they got the ball distributed. I mean, we had 10 guys get different touches, on Friday night. And then so, again, couldn't be more proud of those guys.
I love y'all's approach in the final drive. I mean, we got the ball with 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
And it ended with the ball in our hands, with the kick. And I love the game plan they had there. I love the fourth down call.
Yep.
The fourth down call was brilliant.
Sure.
I mean, the keep with the gunner. So I thought they did an incredible job Friday night.
Yeah, that was a huge fourth down conversion. We had kind of been setting that up, most of the night and used it when we needed it.
Yeah.
So
I only predicted one play, and I was correct.
Yep.
I predicted it right.
It was the bootleg.
The bootleg pass in the corner over to Cam. I told Bill, I was like, this feels like a bootleg's coming right
there
here.
you go.
The next thing I said was, and the bootleg.
There you
right,
go.
There we go. Anyway, hey, final thoughts before we move on, Coach.
Well, again, there are no moral victories at Pike Road. That's not why any of us are here for moral victories. But I fully believe that our team is going to grow closer because of Friday night. Just the player-led open discussion after the game to encourage and motivate. And I've never been a part of a program who's that mature. And so I'm extremely excited moving forward. It's not going to be easy, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. We're excited, too. We know it's going to be a lot of fun as
Yes,
well.
sir.
So, Dodie, anything else before we go to break?
Man, I couldn't echo his statements more. I thought Friday night went as well as could be expected, except for one column.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that you don't take it easy on our non-conference stuff, our non-region stuff. Right. You schedule tough opponents. On the road,
that's guts, man. I love
Test your
it.
team because it pays off down the road. So.
That's right.
And it doesn't just test our team; it tests our staff.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
We have new OCs, we have new coaches on defense. And so it makes us make adjustments against a very, very good football staff.
And a tough environment too.
It makes the whole program better.
Agreed. All right, folks. Look, coming up next, Players of the Week. Q Robinson in the house. We'll be right back, y'all.
I'm Granger Shook, head football coach for your Pike Road Patriots. I want to give a big thank you to the shops at East Chase, Montgomery's premier shopping destination, for supporting Pike Road football and sponsoring Patriot Weekly. Just like we bring our best to the field every Friday night, East Chase brings the best in shopping, dining, and family fun to our community.
Check out all the stores East Chase offers online, and when you visit them, thank them for supporting your Pike Road Patriots.
Go Patriots!
This week's Patriot Weekly is proudly brought to you by Brantley Bank, your community partner in Pike Road. I'm Ray Kaiser, your Town of Pike Road president. We're located right outside Public on Vaughn Road. At Brantley Bank, we're built on hospitality. We made banking easy, local, and welcoming. So whether you're saving for something special, managing your business account, looking to make a loan, or just stopping by on the way home from the store, Brantley Bank is right here for our Pike Road community, bringing hometown pride to the end zone.
Patriot Nation, welcome back. We are live at the GOAT here in the heart of Pike Road, Alabama. This is one of our favorite segments here. Player interviews for our Players of the Week. So Q Robinson, the Pike Road Pediatric Dentistry and Family Orthodontics Offensive Player of the Week. That's a mouthful, guys. And then T.O. Trevon Orem, the Hearing Professionals of Alabama Defensive Player of the Week. You got some questions, I think, Mr. Doty.
Yeah, it got a lot more crowded up here, didn't it?
It did. I think so. Yeah.
It got some meat up here. All right, Q, you're my man.
Yeah, man.
We've been on the baseball field for 4 years now. It was an honor to watch you the other night. Question I have for you: 30 carries. Did you think you were getting 30 carries going in that game?
I mean, kind of. Coach Stewart kind of told me to be ready. So, I was ready for it, but, yeah, I was ready to have 30 carries.
Coach, was a plan for 30 carries for Q?
Yeah, I don't know about 30. I knew when we got to halftime and he was pushing 20 already. I said, guys, it's a 4-quarter game. So I don't know if he noticed, but we kind of held him a little bit in the third quarter to get him to the fourth quarter because he was.
There was actually one point when I looked in the fourth quarter and I looked at Bill and I said, this feels like a quad moment right here.
Yeah.
He had just, I think, got a couple carries for a couple big runs. I think he was a little tired. Right as I said it, I made 2 predictions. They both came true right away. Quat comes running off the sideline. 30 carries, 122 yards. Senior, tell me about what it means for you. I mean, if you look at our history of our program, Quinshon Judkins, Anthony Rogers, Jermichael Jones, Quentin Robinson. What does it mean to have your name follow that legacy of running backs?
That's an exclusive club right there, my friend.
Obviously, it feels good to, be in a legacy like that. Just leave my name in Pike Road history and, playing how they played. Real hard, physical, elusive, and being everything that I can do to be like them.
So define your running style. How would you define yourself?
I'll say like a Saquon Barkley almost.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go, man.
I like to.
Not lacking for confidence, Coach.
I'm waiting on the hurdle. I'm waiting on. Yeah.
I like to run downhill, get physical, and also like make guys miss sometimes when I have to.
Yeah.
So I like to say it like that.
I thought you had a couple of runs the other night that were very, very key. Coach, it looked like he one cut and gone.
Yes.
His vision, he seems like a running back that has a lot of good vision, knows where the scheme is and knows where the hole is.
Yeah, he's a smart football player and he's a smart young man. But yes, he does not avoid contact. He is not scared to see a hole and attack half a defender and try to run through an arm tackle. Yeah. There's a lot of backs that doesn't come natural to, but I think Q understands when it's 3rd and 3. We need those 3 yards, and let's get down and dirty and get it.
Get it.
So talk a little bit more about the running back room. We mentioned the big names in the past that have been here, and a lot of times that running back room has been real heavy on that one side. It looked like the other night y'all got a good 3-headed monster that y'all might could deploy. Talk about Quat. Talk about Tavares. What do they bring with you to that running back room?
Quat and Tavares, they bring a lot, especially later in the season to go to the other side of the ball, them knowing I can trust them and our coaches can trust them, get downhill, make runs, make plays, which you can ask for in a 3 running back room like that.
Right.
Yeah, it seemed like 3 different styles.
That's right.
Of running back. Yep. Am I correct?
Yeah. I agree. They all 3 of them do different things, well. And, Q's definitely, he's the oldest, he's the most mature, so he does more things better than those other 2 younger guys. But those other 2 guys, Quat and Tavares, they do have different styles, different body types, different strengths. And so I'm excited to watch that room grow under this guy's leadership.
Yeah, it seemed like when Quat came in the game, he was kind of hiding behind some people, and all of a sudden, gone.
He was.
Love that.
Yep.
All right, T.O., you had a moment the other night where we all got real excited. Right? I mean, we had the turnover on the first series. Landon got the fumble. Back and forth there, and all of a sudden, there's a screen pass set up. You and I were talking before the show.
Yes, sir.
All right. Tell us about that moment. Big boy pick, defensive lineman. What did you see in the play? How did the coaches prepare you for that moment, and what was your reaction?
I want to say shout out to Coach Matt because we practiced that a lot in practice.
Nice.
I want to say shout out to Coach Matt because we practiced that a lot in practice, with screens and stuff, like in Indy, and we did it pregame actually too. So, but right before the play, he had told me it was like a screen was coming. So, I was sitting there waiting, for them to get set. And once they came up and got set, they said us 3, and I play O-line too. So, us 3 usually means that those 3 are going on the screen. I didn't know where.
So you picked up from the Enterprise offensive line that they were going to let you go based off the fact that you play offensive line as well.
Yes, sir.
Love
yes,
that.
Sir. So I didn't know which way they was going though, so I still had to go pass rush up and play it off. So then once I saw them like try to move me or like
Try to move me.
yeah, try to move me
I like that.
out the way or whatever. I had turned around and next thing you know, I saw the ball was in the air, which I was shocked he threw it because I was right in front of the running back. So, and next thing you know, I tried to make sure that I had the ball first.
Okay.
Before I didn't want to drop the ball or whatever. It was going to be a huge turnover. It was right there, 30-yard line. We could go score. So I was trying to make sure I had the ball first.
So speaking of scoring, did you have thoughts of scoring on that play?
I did, but I just wanted to make sure I had the ball secured.
Right.
Let me ask you this a little bit. All right, if you would have scored, would we have seen a little dance? You have a little celebration plan?
No,
that's
sir.
off script. But that's a good question.
Okay, that's off script.
That's a good question, though.
Coach is right.
This is what we all want to know.
Coach is right here. We don't have to get into that.
I wouldn't do a celebration dance. Still can't get too complacent. Like last week,
Great answer,
I missed a game plan was like next 5. So after interception, it was next play.
That's it.
I do want to come back to that statement. I've heard a lot about that next 5.
Yep.
All right, you play both ways.
Yes, sir.
Talking about the preparation and what that means from having to, you got to spend some practice time in offensive line room and the defensive line room. What does your week look like sometimes?
So me every day I have to drink a gallon of water every day.
I bet.
So,
sheesh.
like with practice, it'd be so hot in the mornings and in the afternoons. And I also got to say I got to thank the coaches too, even Coach Shook, preparing me for like Fridays with the No Sweat Wednesdays and Coach Larry. Make sure that like our workout is based around us performing good on Friday. So that's what I would say that helped me get in, be ready for Friday. I'm playing both ways.
Coach, thoughts on T.O.?
Oh man, he has been our kind of guy since he arrived at Pike Road, on and off the field, in the classroom, out in the community. Again, he encompasses, just like you, our grit, sacrifice, and discipline mindset. He is a sponge for what our staff says. He bragged on his coach. And because he listens and he trusts what we preach to him. And so again, these two guys are great ambassadors for our program, and they're going to be ultra successful.
Yeah. What goes into your decision sometimes when you choose to utilize him on one side of the ball or the other? Is there a little bit of
Well, I mean, I think like with every game, we play, I think our opponents do different things well. And so again, T.O.'s got a great skill set, on both sides of the ball, and he is, he's going to be starting for us on either side of the ball based off, kind of what our opponents do.
Yeah, he seems like a very physical player.
He is. True. He is. And so he can help anchor the D-line, and then he does a great job at the point of attack and getting out on the perimeter as an offensive lineman. And so, again, glad he's wearing that crest on Friday night.
Get into that. Yeah. Hey, but before we wrap up, guys, one question for each of you, okay? I'm a big character guy, meaning who you are on the field, but also who you are off the field. I know Coach is that way as well. So kind of on the heels of that, I want to ask you guys, when you're not in the uniform, what does everybody need to know about T.O.? What does everybody need to know about Q as far as being a young man and a team leader just off the field? What do we need to know about you guys as non-players, just as good dudes?
I think a lot of people say, I'm a great guy. I'm a calm guy.
There you go.
I like to help people out and get people better outside of stuff like that.
I love it, man. Excellent. High character. T.O., what you got, brother?
I'll say the same thing. I'm a great person too. Like, I love being around people, help people out. Like at tough times they need it. Always there for everybody that's around me.
I love it, Coach. Yeah, that's great answers from both of you. And Coach, I know you're stoked to have these guys on the team.
I am.
Right?
I said it earlier. They're great ambassadors. One thing, these two men, they're ultra consistent in their practice habits. They're ultra consistent in their workout habits.
That's it.
And so when these guys aren't loud a lot, but when they speak up, everybody listens.
That's right.
And so
that's right.
Very, very proud of who they are.
We're proud of them too. So guys, look, best of luck for the remainder of the season. A lot of great things in front of us here. Congrats on being the offensive and defensive players of the week, guys. All right, we'll be right back.
I'm Granger Shook, head football coach for your Pike Road Patriots. I want to give a big thank you to the shops at East Chase, Montgomery's premier shopping destination, for supporting Pike Road football and sponsoring Patriot Weekly. Just like we bring our best to the field every Friday night, East Chase brings the best in shopping, dining, and family fun to our community.
Check out all the stores East Chase offers online, and when you visit them, thank them for supporting your Pike Road Patriots.
Go Patriots!
This week's Patriot Weekly is proudly brought to you by Brantley Bank, your community partner in Pike Road. I'm Ray Kaiser, your Town of Pike Road president. We're located right outside Public on Vaughn Road. At Brantley Bank, we're built on hospitality. We made banking easy, local, and welcoming. So whether you're saving for something special, managing your business account, looking to make a loan, or just stopping by on the way home from the store, Brantley Bank is right here for our Pike Road community, bringing hometown pride to the end zone.
Dogwood, we believe great businesses grow when their roots run deep in the community. Pike Road is more than where we work, it's home. You'll see us at school events, cheering on the Patriots, and rolling up our sleeves for projects that make a difference. Marketing strategy, website development, video production, and design. Visit dogwd.com to learn more about us. We're proud to support Pike Road football and the stories that connect us. Dogwood, rooted in Pike Road, growing together.
All right, Patriot Nation, welcome back to the GOAT. We're live from Pike Road, in the heart of Pike Road, Alabama, at the GOAT. Great food, great people. Even not on game nights. If you just want to come in and just hang out and have great food, have a drink, whatever it is, lots of room. Again, great folks, high quality food, and just a cool place to come hang out. Super vibey in here.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, the golf balls are flying in the simulators right now.
Thank you. I didn't even touch on that, Tony.
Yeah,
Thank
great,
you for
man.
that, man. Yeah. So, look, one of our favorite spots, we talked about this, is the Patriot Spotlight segment.
Yeah.
When we get to bring somebody in who just maybe isn't, I mean, these guys are related to the football game. We get it, but they're just, but they do their own thing, man. We want to celebrate them too.
Yes.
So, with that being said, I want to introduce everybody to Dr. Brandon Benson, Director of Bands here at Pike Road, and also Zaylin Johnson, Jr., right? Junior drum major.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Very, very good.
You're just a junior.
Yes, sir.
I thought he was a senior.
I thought he
man.
was a senior.
Yeah, me too. So look, so guys, we'll jump right in. So Dr. Benson, tell us about your winning culture and the hashtag BIC. What does that mean, man?
All right. So of course, our winning culture, it just goes back to our students and what they're trying to implement every single day.
Yeah.
But going to BIC is what kind of helps us get that winning culture. For those that don't know, BIC stands for Best in Class, which when we go to competitions, that is something that is our goal for every section, whether our drum major, color guard, majorettes, percussion, and the overall band. We try to attain best in class overall. That's phase one and what I'm trying to develop here at Pike Road. But that's every day. But I can't take full credit for the BIC mentality. And then that is actually what I've learned from my high school band directors, Dr. Eric Kirkman, Dr. Marcus Stewart, when I was at Sheffield High School.
Okay.
And then they just implemented that. Now, I talked about BIC mentality real quick. That's the mindset we have every single day, just setting the standard, raising the bar, not only on the band practice field, but in the classroom, and especially outside. And we want to create students, better members for our society once they leave our program. But going back to the culture, it's all about the students and what they're trying to attain. And us as staff, myself included, is to push them to get to that limit.
I love it, man. Yeah, because Best in Class is actually an actual title you can win. Best in Class.
Absolutely.
So why not just live with that, you know? I love that. Dodie, what you got, man?
Yeah, so my daughter was in the band at this.
She sure was.
And she loved every bit of it. It was an honor to be a part of that from the very beginning. And I know the kind of work that you guys put in. I know the band camps. I've been there. My church has provided some meals along with other churches and stuff like that. The sweat that you guys put in during band camp is unreal. I know you guys are working just as hard. Talk about a little bit about the preparation. Like, talk about your show a little bit.
Okay.
Like, what's the theme of your show? And talk about the preparation that goes into that. And this is kind of for both of y'all.
Sure.
Like, how do you prepare as a director?
Yeah.
How do you get the kids ready? And then how do you prepare as the leader to direct that band?
Great question, man.
Yeah, so this goes back months ago when show design, when we're planning the show. And so now, of course, we're doing the planets this year.
I was going to say the planets, right?
Yes.
Yep, okay.
And so, of course, we're featuring music by Gustav Holst. For instance, we're doing Mars, which is the bringer of war.
Yeah.
That's part of our opener. Then we move into Jupiter, which is the bringer of joy. And then this week, we're actually going to bring in our percussion feature as we do Mercury, which It's going to be a real good closer with elements of other planets installed in the show.
Love it.
But before that, we actually start the show with Richard Strauss's Also Sprach Zarathustra, which
You pronounced that better than I did, by the way.
Zarathustra.
Yeah.
I worked on it too. But just
I wasn't even going to attempt it.
No, man.
But yeah, going back a few months ago, having staff were having those conversations, what we wanted to do. This is a very highly demanding musical segment for our bands, musical passages, the rhythms, all that stuff is very demanding, pushing them.
Sure.
But it is hard work, especially when we start adding the feet and doing the drill design on the field. So it's something really cool. What we're going to see throughout the year as they progress and get better every single day.
Mm-hmm. So, love it.
So what does it go into leading that?
I think in preparation for such an incredible show, such as The Planets, it takes a lot of pride, dedication, and focus. Pride, you have to be really proud of what you're working on, or else you wouldn't really care about it, if that makes sense.
Love that answer.
Dedication, it takes dedication to be able to push through 2 hours of rehearsal every day in the heat. And we understand how hard it is, and we just want to remind our students as leaders to push through and that we're in this together.
Yeah.
And focus, just again being focused on the field and off the field, putting the hard work, as Dr. Benson said, on and off the field to put on such a credible show.
Because you have nothing else going on in your life that you have to worry about, correct?
No show choir or nothing, right?
Sure.
How many theater shows are you in?
Right. Yeah, all the theater. I know that Zalen's in. My goodness.
Zalen is the prime example of the Pike Road student, especially in our fine arts department. His leadership goes above and beyond, and we're super grateful to have his leadership for us. So.
Yeah, I remember watching him in Oliver when he was about yay tall, and just saying that's going to be a superstar, and we're very proud that he wears Pike Road Patriot. I'm not a band guy. My daughter was, and you said Planets. We're not doing any Bruno Mars songs.
Yeah,
you might be going in the wrong direction with that.
My bad.
Come on, man. But I get the logic, though. Yeah. No, I get it. So look, Zalen, I got to do a little blast from the past here, man. Okay, so years ago, it was you and who else was it, Shannon? Who was it? Cam Hooks, you and Cam, right? Now, Cam went more the football side, and he's killing it. You went to the band side, and you're killing it. But here's the backstory. You were just a little kid coming up during football games, and you'd come up and you would direct, the band in the stands, And we were always like, gosh, who is this kid? He'll be in the band one day. And here you are, man. You're being a leader of that band. So what does it mean to you to go from being that little kid who's just directing in the stands to now you're the key leader? You're the senior leader here, man. What's that mean to you, man?
It means a lot. Ever since I did go in front of the band, conduct for the first time, I knew from the moment I did that I wanted to be a drum major. Past drum majors really influenced me, inspired me to become a drum major now. And it wasn't until I joined band that I found the true meaning of being a drum major.
Love it.
And it isn't just conducting in front of the band. It's inspiring other band students to really pursue band and really enjoy band and really take this into their senior year or maybe into college.
Sure.
So I think being that person for especially the young band students really means a lot to me. And I've been wanting to be a drum major ever since sixth grade.
Yeah.
So now that I'm here, it's amazing. Dream come true.
I love
really.
it. Yeah, you've been putting in the work for many years,
one of my favorite things about being a Pike Road Patriot and being here is a couple years ago when we won the state championship. We won the state championship. Our band, my daughter was in that band. They won every Best in Class show they were a part of. The cheerleaders won the state championship. And I was like, where would you want to be on a Friday night?
That's right, man.
Other than Pike Road High School.
How about
where
it?
You had state championship football, state championship band, state championship. Cheerleading is a great place to be. One last question I have for both of you.
Yeah.
Favorite thing about a Friday night? Yours and then yours.
Okay.
Favorite thing on a Friday night?
Yeah, Mary.
Favorite thing, definitely, of course, watching the football game. And I like being around the band people, like being around my friends.
Y'all get hyped during the game.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Like it's loud down there.
It's a lot of fun.
It's loud down there.
Yeah, and especially playing the defensive stand tunes where we get as loud as possible to try to help out our defense. It's really...
See, people, you need to understand. Look, I'm going to get on the soapbox here for just a second.
Look in the camera and tell them, Dodie.
Listen to me. Learn from our band. Learn from our band. Our band understands football. When we have the ball, they don't play. When they have the ball, they get really loud.
That's it.
Learn from that.
That's right.
I love that you guys do that.
That's right. That's right. So let's shift gears just before we go to break.
Hold on, I want to hear what Dr.
Okay.
Benson
Okay. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I did cut you off there. Yeah.
Favorite thing on Friday night.
I see you.
So my biggest thing is honestly seeing all their hard work come together. Now, for me as a director of bands, you'll see a lot of band directors on the field watching their bands from the show or from the sideline. I like to personally go up to the top, to the box, like to announce, like to see, get a good recording, but it's honestly seeing all the hard work that they've done throughout the season.
Love it, man.
Coming together, full picture, and it just brings so much joy to my life.
Yeah, you call the band, you do the announcing. I see you up top with us. You're up there recording yourself and everything. So you don't just sit back and say, let them do their thing.
I've learned it from my mentors that have gone before me.
I love it, man. So switching gears, it's hard to cut you off there, but
no, you're good.
Great answer. So switching gears a little bit, let's talk about competitions. You guys actually compete. So let us know what you got coming up. Tell everybody what you got coming up. And everybody's invited to come to watch the shows, right? So let's hear
Absolutely. Okay, so we have two performances or two chances. Saturday, September 26th, we travel to Marbury during the midday. And then after that, we actually travel down to Central Phoenix, where we actually will compete for.
Is that a doubleheader?
That's a doubleheader that day.
Wow.
So the morning is more of a festival style. We'll get a clinician after we perform.
Cool.
And then later that evening, we go down to Central Phoenix and we do a best in class. Hopefully, we get some best in class awards that day. Of course, superior ratings is always the standard.
That's right.
And then we take a couple weeks off, and then October 24th, we go down to Bruton, Alabama, where we go to the T.R. Miller Dixieland Marching Band competition, where hopefully we will defend what we won last year. Of course, we won best in class overall band.
I like that.
I like defend. Right. Yeah. I love it.
Our drum majors took home best in class last year.
Yeah, they did.
That, and so did our percussion section. So
Love it.
Three chances, 1 and 2 day, or 2 on 1 day.
You're going to run it back, as the kids say. Dodie, last final thoughts here before we go to break.
Look, football brings these guys out, but we wanted to spotlight these guys, and we have one of the best bands in the area.
Period.
And I love
what
our school started. I love what Dr. Benson has picked up and carried on. It's not just about the guys that wear the helmets and the shoulder pads on Friday night. These guys do an incredible job.
Yep.
And I couldn't be more proud to be a part of that and to have an alumni from that.
How about that? Same. I have an alumni in your program too.
Yep.
So absolutely. Any final thoughts from you, sir, before we go to break? You seem like you had something to say. Let's hear it.
We really appreciate this opportunity to highlight the band tonight. Thank you to all our supporters, band boosters, and parents. Thank y'all so much.
Absolutely. Dr. Benson, thank you. Zaylin, thank you. You're like a regular on the show. I think we have you on multiple times. So listen, we'd love to have you guys back later in the season as well, just to kind of catch up a little bit and talk about the full show and all these awards you're winning. How about that? So, all right. Anyway, always a treat to visit with you guys. So look, we'll be right back with Coach Shook as he looks ahead to this week's home game matchup versus Hueytown. So stick around, y'all.
This week's Patriot Weekly is proudly brought to you by Brantley Bank, your community partner in Pike Road. I'm Ray Kaiser, your Town of Pike Road president. We're located right outside Public on Vaughn Road. At Brantley Bank, we're built on hospitality. We made banking easy, local, and welcoming. So whether you're saving for something special, managing your business account, looking to make a loan, or just stopping by on the way home from the store, Brantley Bank is right here for our Pike Road community, bringing hometown pride to the end zone.
I'm Granger Shook, head football coach for your Pike Road Patriots. I want to give a big thank you to the shops at East Chase, Montgomery's premier shopping destination, for supporting Pike Road football and sponsoring Patriot Weekly. Just like we bring our best to the field every Friday night, East Chase brings the best in shopping, dining, and family fun to our community.
Check out all the stores East Chase offers online, and when you visit them, thank them for supporting your Pike Road Patriots.
Go Patriots!
All right, Coach, welcome back to the show, man. Always good to have you up here chatting and chopping it up with us here. Let's look ahead to Hueytown, man. You know, I know that you got a lot to say. You've been looking at, I'm sure you've been looking at some film. If you haven't already, you're gonna. You know?
Absolutely.
So Phil, I'll turn it over to you, man. You got some X's and O's.
Yeah, Coach, we were talking earlier, you know, traditionally Hueytown's a very good program.
Right.
Coach Vines is now the coach there. He used to coach for us. What can you tell us about him from this year's team, not so much years past, but what can you tell us about this year's team? Friday night, we're back at Patriot Park, first home game.
Right.
You know, what can we expect from Hueytown? What are some players we need to kind of know about a little bit going into the game? Really, fans can kind of know what to expect.
Absolutely. Well, Hueytown's always big and athletic, you know, and Coach Vines has done an excellent job everywhere he's been, even when he was here at Pike Road.
Yep.
You know, his players played really hard for him. And, he won at an exceptionally high level the past several years as a head coach. And so taking over a new program, he's going to have those guys ready to play. And their quarterback's extremely athletic. He's got a great arm. They do like to sling it around a lot.
Okay, so they're going to be pass heavy?
Yep. And so we anticipate our secondary to be tested at a high level. So we are going to do a better job this week of eliminating those big plays that we gave up last week. And so that's been a point of emphasis already, at practice for us. And so defensively, always big up front. They'll have speed on the back end, so it's going to be a really good matchup and test for our O-line again this week. And Q's going to get his opportunities to run the ball, and Gunner's going to get his opportunities to let it rip.
Sure.
And so, I believe it's going to be another 4-quarter ball game, and I believe whichever team eliminates big plays is going to be the team that is successful.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about what happened last week with Hueytown. And we were talking earlier before the show. It's kind of a point of emphasis sometimes with coaches. Week 1 to week 2, you see some improvement, but there's also you start looking at the scoreboard a little bit.
Right.
If you go back, it's no secret. Hueytown took one on the chin Friday night.
Right.
A good Mountain Brook team went in there and dropped 60 on them.
Yes.
And so how do you – you just came from eating some mozzarella sticks with some of your boys right
It was good too, by the way.
It was good.
I recommend
the
mozzarella sticks.
Y'all need to come out and get some.
Yes.
He told us before he got up here, he said, I had to get some because when I come up here and they won't beat him when they get back.
No.
But, the guys are here tonight and they know the score. They know what happened Friday night.
Right.
They know what happened in our game. They know we were probably the better team Friday night. And just the scoreboard didn't show it, but they also know what happened with Mountain Brook and Hueytown. So how do you and the staff go about eliminating that distraction this week of a team that got took one on the chin?
Right. Well, again, I remember going on 4 years ago now when I first got here, we took one on the chin at Marist in Atlanta.
Yes,
and
we remember that.
Marist and Mountain Brook are very similar style programs. Coach Yeager's been there for decades, and those kids have been running that system for decades. And Coach Fines just got there, and so there's a lot of learning going on, but there's one thing I can say is that he's going to have those kids ready to play, and he's going to have those kids playing hard for him. And so I opened up our team meeting today just reminding our players, as I do every week, that Pike Road, we are our own biggest opponent. We don't focus on who we play Friday. We are focusing on Pike Road from Monday until Thursday.
Yeah.
And if we focus and make Pike Road better those 4 days, then we'll have a chance to be successful on Friday night. So we've been emphasizing our practice habits, emphasizing our effort, attitude, discipline, and as long as we improve in those areas each and every day, I like our opportunity. I like our chances.
Yeah, I love how Coach Saban used to always say, the standard. You're not competing against your opponent. You're competing against the standard that you set.
That's right.
You've done a great job of setting that culture here at Pike Road as well.
Absolutely. Coach, I want to ask you this. Coaches always talk about the biggest improvement happening between the first and the second games.
Right.
So do you believe that? And what does that improvement need to look like for this team?
I do. I think, obviously there were some things that were out of our control last Friday. But
sure, there was.
We have got to do a better job of, being more disciplined and having more self-control.
Sure.
We did have 11 brand new starters on both sides of the ball combined, so there were some wide eyes early, but I thought we did a good job of adjusting. I think our staff is going to be one week better, on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Even though Coach Hodge returned, we also have Coach Davis, the new D-line coach. Coach Levi Lowry's the new linebacker coach. Coach Knight's a good and a new corner coach. So there's a lot of new faces on both sides of the ball that I think, playing week 2 and coaching in week 2, I think it's going to help us tremendously. So
absolutely. Coach, a little wrap up and kind of a call to action. We did this last season.
Right.
Give the Patriot Nation, at least one good reason that they need to show up and be in those stands on Friday night for this season's home opener, man.
Well,
Let them know.
Ever since I've been here, our opponents don't like coming to Pike Road. Not only because we have a lot of really good players, but because our fans are loud, the music's loud, the light show is there. I mean, it's just a great environment. And so, I really want to encourage and challenge Pike Road to come out on Friday night and give our boys the environment that I think that they deserve and that they've been working really hard for. And so, again, Friday nights are special. We have guys, Quinshawn came back and did his youth camp this past summer.
Sure did.
And he's playing on Sundays, but he meant it when he talked to the younger kids at his camp that, Friday nights are special.
Yeah.
It's something I'll never forget. You know what I mean? And so let's help. I want Pike Road community to help make Friday night special for our players. And, if they come out and cheer and are loud, the cheerleaders enjoy it. The band's going to enjoy it more. Our football players are going to enjoy it more. And so, again, I'm really excited about the opportunity. 7 o'clock Friday night, Pike Road.
We're fired up too, man.
Yep.
Hey, look, everybody, you heard it. Patriot fans, time to show up and show out for this season's home opener versus Hueytown. Phil, I'm going to kick it over to you, man. Final thoughts you got, brother.
Coach, I thought last Friday night was a good night overall.
Yep.
Looking forward to the season. We had some question marks going into the season. I think you got a lot of answers from that.
Yep.
I love what Patrick and you said to us in the parking lot. I think we have a football team here.
Right.
And so looking forward to the improvement all week. Going back to the Friday night thing, one of my favorite things that this community does was when Jason Isbell said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome
to
Friday night.
That's right.
In Pike Road.
How about it?
Absolutely.
Where would you want to be?
That's right.
Than at that stadium, watching these boys, those cheerleaders, that band, those fans is a great environment.
It is.
And I think we got the best seat in the house, man.
I like where we sit.
I like where we sit, too.
I like where we sit, too.
At Shook State.
I like being able to second guess it every now and then.
You are the only one.
We edit that. I think we try to edit that out. I was going to say, are we going to call it Shook Stadium yet or what? I don't know. But it's got a great ring to it, though. Anyway, look. Hey, look, as a reminder, Patriot Weekly is sponsored on behalf of the shops at East Chase and Brantley Bank. If you can't make it to the game, then join us on our YouTube channel, Pike Road Live, for our full game broadcast. So on behalf of myself, Coach, and Philip, go Patriots. We'll see you next week.
Patriot Weekly is proudly brought to you by Brantley Bank, your community partner in Pike Road. I'm Ray Kaiser, your Town of Pike Road president. We're located right outside Public on Vaughn Road. At Brantley Bank, we're built on hospitality. We make banking easy, local, and welcoming. So whether you're saving for something special, managing your business account, looking to make a loan, or just stopping by on the way home from the store, Brantley Bank is right here for our Pike Road community, bringing hometown pride to the end zone.
I'm Granger Shook, head football coach for your Pike Road Patriots. I want to give a big thank you to the shops at East Chase, Montgomery's premier shopping destination, for supporting Pike Road football and sponsoring Patriot Weekly. Just like we bring our best to the field every Friday night, East Chase brings the best in shopping, dining, and family fun to our community.
Check out all the stores East Chase offers online, and when you visit them, thank them for supporting your Pike Road Patriots.
Go Patriots!